Have you ever had a run where everything feels bad and you just want to get back home? Well, I have, and I'm pretty sure that you have too. And after working as a coach and physio for the last decade, I have found 4 key mistakes that I see so many runners do before they go out and run. These mistakes lead to you feeling bad during the run and also not getting the performance gains you could have gotten. Having a training plan can be such a powerful thing, especially if you're training for a race and want to give yourself the best chance possible to perform there. But just as important as having a plan is to not be a slave to that plan. Because we humans are not machines, and even though it might be a great plan you have set out, there might be really good reasons for you to adjust that plan before you head out to run. Maybe you have felt pain in one of your knees the last days, or you have gotten really little sleep the last night and have a hard workout planned. These are good reasons to maybe change your planned workout or even skip it and have a rest day instead. Smart runners that are able to keep injury-free and have that consistency in their training that allows them to get faster and enjoy running tend to be really good at listening to their bodies. But it's super important to be honest to yourself about the difference of taking a smart choice to skip a workout or make it easier and just being lazy and finding excuses for yourself. And knowing the difference here can be hard, but if you practice being honest with yourself, it will become easier and easier to take these smart choices that might be hard in the short term, but will pay off a lot in the long term. Because one single session is never worth injuring yourself for months over. Almost all of those runs where I end up feeling bad and just want to get back home are runs where I head out the door without a plan of what I'm going to do. Then I found myself having no real objective of what I'm going to do or achieve. Am I going to run an interval workout, run easy for 30 minutes, or a long trail run? And what route am I going to run? I found that I make it so much easier for myself if I know what I'm going to do when I get out here. And it becomes a lot more fun having some sort of route you're going to run or workout you should do during a run. It gives you something you can complete, and at least for me it gamifies the process of going for a run. And if I have a goal of what I'm going to do and hopefully also a reason of why I'm doing this specific run, I always found myself feeling better and enjoying the run a lot more. And here, a big supporter of this channel and sponsor of this video, Coros comes in very handy with their great GPS watches and easy connectivity with the Coros app. It makes it so easy to plan a route or a workout. So for example, for the session I'm going to run now, I'm going to run 6 times 1 kilometer repeats. To create this session, I just open my workout library here and create a new running workout. Let's call it 6 times 1K. Add a 10-minute warm-up. Then here I'm adding the intervals, so you can give them a specific time or distance. I want it to be 1 kilometer for this. And for the intensity, I want it to be a specific pace and not a heart rate for this workout. So let's keep it at a range between 330 to 340 per kilometer. That should be a good threshold workout for me. And then I just repeat this for 6 times and add a 10-minute cool down. And then I sync it to my watch, and just like that I have a easy to follow workout in my watch and are ready to go for a run. That was a nice run. Now I'm going to have my post-run meal, some leftover meatballs and tomato sauce from yesterday. And having a post-run meal directly after your run can be a super important thing if you want to recover as fast as possible to your next session and be ready to run soon again. But what so many people do wrong, including myself from time to time, that can completely destroy your run before you have even started it, is mistiming your food intake before you run. From my experience, this is the biggest reason runners end up needing to quit the run or just feel horrible during the run. We all probably have been in the situation where you eat too close to your run, ending in stomach pain, especially if you're going to do a harder run. And especially if you eat foods that are rich with fats and fibers, it will be hard for your stomach to digest it if you head out and run shortly after. But there's actually another reason why you should really make sure to not have a bigger meal in the last 90 minutes before a workout. Because then your blood glucose level will peak after your meal and then dip low just as you're about to run, resulting in you feeling really bad during the run. So at least for harder workouts, I always try to have my last big meal 2 to 4 hours before running. This also gives my stomach some time to digest the food and if necessary go to the toilet so I don't end up in a bush somewhere. I think we've all been there. If you're a runner, you know what I'm talking about. And if you want to give yourself an extra boost before a hard workout or a race, you could also add small amounts of easily digestible carbohydrates in the last 30 minutes before you start your run. Many still believe that doing static stretches like this one is really important before you go for a run. But the fact is that modern evidence not only shows that general static stretching and being more flexible doesn't seem to prevent injuries or make you a faster runner over time. But static stretching can also make you feel worse during your run. One study from 2014 showed that static stretching before running 3 kilometers hard made the runners start slower and gave them a higher perceived effort during the run, compared to no stretching before at all. So if you want to get some mobility work before you go for a run, it's way better to do some sort of dynamic stretching like this exercise right here. But as mentioned, stretching and mobility might be overrated and even bad for many runners. I made a whole video about this topic, so if you want to learn more about that, you can click here. Thanks again to Coros for supporting my channel, and if you want to check out all of their GPS watches, there's a link in the description to this video.